Imagine snatching Alberta flags from the hands of little children because you don't like how their parents might vote. That's exactly what one Alberta independence campaign says happened in Wetaskiwin, Alberta. Now the RCMP investigation has reportedly escalated.
It's tragic to see people like those Forever Canadian representatives under Thomas Lukaszik's banner actually taking things from other registered third-party advertisers in the province. I think that it poorly represents on Albertans, and it's not the kind of Albertan we want, which is why we're on the other side advocating for independence.
The turnout at Keith Wilson's Let Alberta Decide Stampede breakfast made one thing clear. Alberta's independence movement is drawing crowds in the real world, not just online. Nearly 1,000 people packed Ranchman's Cookhouse just days after tickets went on sale, bringing together supporters and third-party advertiser groups like mine at Alberta's Choice, albertas-choice.com, from across the province ahead of the October 19th referendum. Now, one of those groups was United Alberta Flags, founded by John Tomkinson. His organization has been traveling Alberta, handing out Alberta flags and encouraging Albertans to proudly display their provincial flag as part of the referendum campaign. Hardly controversial.
UnitedAlbertaFlags.com is rocking it across the province. We're traveling up and down the province, collecting donations, but the big thing is we are painting the province blue. In the last 2 weeks, we've handed out over 3,000 free Alberta flags to citizens that used to be afraid and nervous, that aren't afraid and nervous now to be proud to be Albertan. So we're traveling from Calgary to Lacombe to Edmonton to Red Deer. We're going to be in Fort McMurray. The support is overwhelming. You can hear it on the road today. You could hear it out here. We've actually run out of some, but we've got another shipment coming next week.
But Tomkinson's group has been embroiled in a growing controversy. United Alberta Flags alleges that volunteers with Thomas Lukaszik's opposing Forever Canada campaign removed Alberta flags and referendum campaign materials from children and families during the Wetaskiwin Canada Day parade. According to Tomkinson, additional witnesses and video evidence have led the Wetaskiwin RCMP to elevate the investigation to the Central Alberta RCMP Investigations Division. John Tomkinson told me about the alleged incident, the RCMP investigation, and what he's doing to grow support for Alberta independence across the province. Take a listen.
You know, my approach to politics, my approach to community involvement has always been to take the high road. You know, on the July 1st parade in Wetaskiwin, when we were being marshaled for the beginning of the floats, we saw the Forever Canadian float. We went and said hello to them. We went and shook hands. We had an amicable time. When we were down in Calgary last week for the pancake breakfast at the beginning of Stampede, we had witnesses calling us that Forever Canadian float representatives and city council members in Wetaskiwin were taking campaign materials that we had handed out. They were actually taking Alberta flags away from people that were at the parade watching. Families, adults, and children. I couldn't believe it. We came back, we tried reaching out and taking the high road, talking to city council. They denied it. And then we did a follow-up as well. We've had video evidence come forward. We've had additional witnesses come forward. RCMP, we're a little slow to get going. We've had some challenges, but we are moving forward, and there are some more meetings and investigative steps this week. Really, in terms of controversy, it's tragic to see people like those Forever Canadian representatives under Thomas Lukaszik's banner actually taking things from other registered third-party advertisers in the province. I think that it poorly represents on Albertans, and it's not the kind of Albertan we want, which is why we're on the other side advocating for independence.
How can people get their hands on a flag or to see your float?
Our float is all over the province now. We are in events. You can contact us also to let us know about events or to request us at UnitedAlbertaFlags.com. Our email is on there. Our contact is on there. You can request a flag. You can donate to the campaign. we're handing out thousands. The next stage in our campaign is to put up really big flags all the way across the province on the major highways. So we're in our next stage now of campaign fundraising and campaign activity. The float increases awareness and enthusiasm. The flags remind people that you can be a proud Albertan and you don't have to be afraid anymore. And our collective engagement together is going to paint the province blue and turn the tide for October 19th.
Now, I don't care what side of the independence debate you're on. If you have to resort to threats, name-calling, and lies to advance your argument, maybe you don't have an argument at all. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To see and support our independent journalism from inside of the Alberta independence movement, please consider visiting independencereports.com.